And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. As we have so many things we could talk about, but a lot of them are just talked out, and that's why I named the show what I named it tonight. The king of talking about everything that needs to be talked out is my podcast co-host. He is in the upstate. He is Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
Good evening, guys. How y'all doing on this fine Sabbath evening?
Right.
Hope everybody's doing good. Eddie joins the program. He says, just chilling in Myrtle Beach after another 11 shot in the boulevard last night. This county sucks nowadays. Too many folks moving in. Join the crowd, my friend. Join the crowd.
Well, to be fair with that, there are I remember going to Myrtle Beach for first week in 1997, and there was people getting shot then too. I mean, it's been kind of a shithole for a while down there, Jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just gets reported more now, and everybody's a reporter and can take their phone and look at what I can do. I can record this person getting shot. I don't have to help them, but I can watch them get shot and get some hits on World Star.
Yeah.
That's to everybody nowadays.
Yeah, so I've been down there, I don't know, my first weeks, I was down there several years during that time, and I don't know, I don't remember anybody getting shot. I remember a lot of debauchery and wrongdoing going on, but I don't know. I don't know about cold-blooded murder and that.
I remember there was somebody that year that I went, someone like shot someone from I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I just think that everybody's a reporter now. You just see more and more of this nonsense. But yeah, you don't ever.
Yeah. I haven't been down there in a long time, but it's been a long time.
That's why you go to the Poconos, right?
Yeah.
Nice and quiet there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there are so many things we could get into. I mean, I kind of wanted to. Whoops! Hold on, just a second here. I'm gonna restart my camera. There we go. There's so many things we could get into tonight. I guess we got to talk about the NFL draft and how that came about. Jackpot. I mean, nothing surprising to me. I think people made it more than they had to. I mean, the big thing for me here lately was I read tonight that Hunter Renfrow got signed by the Carolina Panthers. There's the best thing from the weekend right there.
Yeah, that just came across the waves here a little bit ago. I saw that, and they are they're down bad, ain't they? Struggling.
I don't know. Let me. I'm gonna go back out and restart this thing, Jackpot, from my end. But put some thoughts out there on what you thought and whatever else you want to go into tonight, because there's things we could talk about, but it's just silly. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, I have no clue what he's talking about there. I don't think these things have been talked out. I mean, everybody's talking about them, but I still enjoy getting into a discussion on the current events. We could talking about Shedeur Sanders and the fuckery in the NFL draft. We're going to talk about the prank phone call. Let's talk about all the Gamecocks going in the draft. The SEC having the most draft picks for God knows how many years in a row. South Carolina with a ton of players drafted yesterday and Friday going into today. So some good stuff there. Some good players. Developed some kids. Developed some transfer portal guys into NFL draft picks. I was glad to see that.
Where do you want to start, Jackpot? Do you want to start with the whole Shedeur Sanders thing, or do you want to go?
Sure. Let's talk about this NFL draft. So were you surprised to not see any Clemson Taters going any higher in the draft or at all?
No, I wasn't surprised. I think some guys at Clemson. If I remember right, Mickens could have came back for another season. There were some guys that I think may have gone out a little bit too early. I'm not sitting here holding water for the program either. It's nice to have guys drafted up higher. I completely get that, but I think that the Cincinnati Bengals had probably the biggest steal of the draft in Barrett Carter, and that's going to help them tremendously next year. I think that's the one Clemson player that I stuff. So
yeah, I think. Well, I think I happen to think the Bengals had the biggest draft, the biggest steal there in old Demetrius Knight. So
yeah, I think he's going to be a good player too. But I mean, the only thing with him is that I think he's, and I'm not knocking him here. I mean, he's 26 years old. I think he was one of the oldest players in the draft.
Yeah.
He had like a 7-year career in college, and I wonder if his body's taken enough of a beating where, he's, maybe he'll still have some years left on him. I don't know, but it may.
What about Tom Brady? He was hell when he was 26, wasn't he? I mean,
no, I'm just saying that. Well, Tom Brady also wasn't a linebacker trying to plug up holes either, so completely different positions, but. Yeah, I think it'd be funny because I think he'll start at one linebacker and Carter will start at the other. I think that's what's going to happen for the Bengals. So.
Yeah, eventually, but they're trying to short that defense, so that's good stuff. Of course, Shedeur Sanders goes to the Bills. Both of them went to a pretty good franchise. Evan Morey ends up going to the Seahawks, which is I don't know, man. They've kind of fallen off lately. But
there was other players too, like Jordan Birch got picked up, and that guy was an all-everything player. At least that's what we thought he was going to be, and he ended up getting picked up. And then Mukwamba, who was a Clemson safety and then went to Texas, ended up getting drafted too. You saw all these players that played at other schools and end up getting picked up and going somewhere else. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So
and forgive me, I don't bring this up because he transfers from South Carolina, but and he doesn't look like it changed him a lot either. To me, Jordan Birch just had a taffy game. He's not as physical as he needed to be. So
to be fair, you were one of the Gamecock fans that said that. And if I remember correctly, didn't you catch shit from some fans because they were talking about, why are you mocking this guy or whatever? You were one of the ones that were like, he played in a private school and played against, kids half his size. Of course he's going to dominate.
Yeah, he played against a bunch of white kids whose parents were fucking dentists and lawyers and whatever the fuck, college professors.
Yeah. He played against a bunch of white kids, and he was twice their size.
Yeah, a bunch of short white kids unathletic fucks who made him look that much better. I mean, but
yeah,
he's got the measurables though. He's got the measurables. He looks great on 8x10, as JR would say.
But that's the thing. We keep receipts on this show, and Jackpot was
coming off the bus.
Jackpot was one of the first to be like, this guy is soft as Laffy Taffy. That was actually from the Gamecock side of it. I said from the time he went to fucking South Carolina when he pulled that shit where he fucking, I may commit and I may not, and he hadn't signed his letter of intent. Remember that shit, Jackpot, with fucking Muschamp? I was like, this guy's a fucking problem already. But nobody wanted to hear that. We've got the great Jordan Birch. He's going to come in and be the fucking greatest ever. He's the next Clowney. Yeah.
Well, to his credit, he was undefeated at Clemson.
Well, that's the standard, I guess.
Like his coach. Undefeated at Clemson. Undefeated at the Savannah Bananas Stadium.
Goodness. Anyway, let's talk about the stuff where the racial undertones of the draft that we have to talk about it for a second, because the idea that Shedeur Sanders didn't get drafted at a higher than he actually did, and there were pieces of shit people, race pimp motherfuckers is what I'll refer to them as, that said, oh, it's because he's a proud black man that he got drafted in, what was it, the 5th round, and he didn't get drafted on, he's a first round talent.
Was Cam Ward an embarrassed black man? If
well,
he
that's
was,
Cam Ward is a
proud
guy,
one. He must be embarrassed.
But did you see the clip where him and Shedeur Sanders are together and they're throwing footballs or whatever, and Sanders is like, "Hey man, we should cut a track together," and Ward's like, "Man, I'm a football player. I'm a football player." I mean, I'm gonna find that because it's hilarious and we'll play it. But he just he's standing there with him and he's just telling him, "I'm a football player," and it's like Shedeur's up there trying to damn make trying to make content, and this guy's like, "Man, I just want to play football,"
Well, that's the whole thing. That's why the fool didn't get drafted. It's that who his dad is, the drama they create. And to be fair, I mean, I don't think he's that damn good. I mean, if you look at his stats, if you get a little bit deeper into it, I mean, what was he's like 1-8 against ranked teams. I mean, took like a ton of sacks. I mean, just I don't know. I don't think he's going to be throwing into those tight windows like some of these other guys.
Let me play this piece for a second, Jackpot, because you can see the nonsense with Shedeur Sanders here and Cam Ward. Check this out.
Don't play too much of it. You will get a ding now.
Hold on, let's go.
Why didn't you respond to that? To what? What I told you about yesterday. What was yesterday? Because you did it. Buck should have responded. This is my domain.
Feet in the ground, let's go.
This is my domain.
This is not your domain.
This is my domain.
That's my domain.
This is my domain.
This is my domain.
I wear it from the pocket. You know what I do.
That's the best part. The best part of it. He's telling him, "This is my domain. This is my domain." He's just telling him, "Hey, this is what I'm doing here." And then he tells him, he told him, "All you do is throw screen passes."
Where were they at? Where were they at? I mean, were they working out? Was that at
some workout down in Florida or whatever? But I'm going to post the link for that, and then people.
No, that was in Las Vegas because there was a UNLV shit behind them.
That's right. I'm going to share the link with that because I don't want to get us booted for that. But it's hilarious though, because anyway, just go and watch where he literally says we should make a track together. And he goes, "Man, I'm a football player." You could just tell like he was utterly disgusted that this fucking idiot, which an idiot is just a useless thing, was trying to get him to make a rap track when he's like, "Man, I just want to throw the fucking football." That's why he's the number 1 pick in the draft. Not any of this nonsense about, "Oh, I want to be a freaking the next Drake or whatever."
He wants to be a hip hop star.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm here to throw the football." It was utterly disgusting.
Next thing you know, I'm surprised he didn't come out there to throw the football with a clock necklace around his neck.
Like Flavor Flav? Yeah. Like Flavor Flav with the big clock. That could be cool. But here's the thing. ESPN, ABC should be ashamed of themselves. The top pick in the draft, they didn't even interview him. People seem to forget that. This is the first time in the history of the fucking draft that I've watched where the number 1 pick did not get interviewed after he was picked, coming off the stage. You don't want to interview the guy that's boring, the guy that in your mind is boring, the one that's like, "You know what? I just want to go and throw the football because that's what I'm getting paid to do." You don't want to do anything with that. But hey, let's talk about what's his name's dad who got a furlough from prison to fucking come to the draft. Let's talk about that because that's more interesting than shining light on the kid who's the number 1 pick in the draft.
Well, that one old fart who does the mock drafts and works all that shit up, whatever his name is, it works for you. What's his name? Yeah, it works for ESPN. He was acting like a spoiled brat the entire 2 days of the damn thing. He probably just needs to go on. Yeah,
I don't know how he gets his hair to stand up like that. It's like he's got that old school 80s like flip back hair, and he like sprays it with the Aquanet. That's what he does.
It's Vitalis. He went to the same barber as the Honky Tonk Man.
Very good, sir. That's a good point.
Yeah. It's down the road across the street from the Heartbreak Hotel.
Heartbreak Hotel. But that was the thing that got me is that everybody's talking about it's a racial thing that Shedeur Sanders didn't go higher in the draft.
What'd you think about what'd you think about the kids pulling the prank, calling him?
That's like who gives a shit? I mean,
there were a lot of people, a lot of sourpusses I was looking at, noticed it on the Gamecock message boards. They were talking about it. What were your thoughts on it? People were like, they're two tools. They need to be strung up by their toenails, assholes, yada, yada. Hey, what was the kid, 16 years old? I mean,
well, no,
he had access to this phone number. So either his dad let him into his phone, let him play around, left something laying around where it didn't need to be. However the heck he got this phone number, because dad apparently is the Falcons defensive coordinator somehow or another. He got this phone number. It's his private cell phone. So, I mean, you might get him in trouble. That's more of a big deal than
the Atlanta Falcons actually issued an apology on social media today, apologizing for it happening, saying that they called and apologized to Shedeur Sanders. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? First of all, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, do you take that call? Like, man, I've already been goofed on enough. I'm not taking any more calls at this fucking phone number.
I mean, look, dude. I mean, all these people crying about it that's such a mean prank. Look, you want to talk mean pranks? I mean, hell, I remember in back in 1992 on Friday night, sitting in my friend Matthew Matman Harris of the Rise Guys morning show up here in Greenville. We're sitting around grabbing the phone book, calling random Burger Kings and McDonald's locations in Greenville County, ordering like 50 fucking cheeseburgers and damn 25 fries or whatever the fuck, and tell them we'd be there to pick it up at 7:30. And these motherfuckers making the damn shit. And various other ridiculous things that we did. It's your kids. That's what you do. Okay. They're not
Super chat from the Kentucky Big Dog. I'm in on Campbell for the simple fact that he's boning his LSU QB sister. Alpha mentality. Very good, Big Barney Ross. That's funny. Yeah.
Thank you for super chat, Big Barney Ross.
Well, the other thing too with Shedeur Sanders is I think they drafted Dylan Gabriel before they drafted him. So they're four quarterbacks in the room there. I mean, I think they've got Joe Flacco. They've got, who's the other guy? I can't remember. Oh, Kenny Pickett. So Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and then they've got Dylan Gabriel, and now they've got Shedeur Sanders, and they've also they're saddled with that contract for Deshaun Watson.
He's going to be a scrub. He's going to be running the Jets offense every week, or the Ravens, whatever the fuck.
I'm surprised if he makes the team, and it wouldn't surprise me if he ended up going to the CFL, playing in Canada. That may be where he ends up.
What about the XFL? Is that still a thing, or does that go out of business again?
No, it's called the UFL now, I believe. They're playing games right now, Jackpot. Yeah.
Okay.
Those games are going on right now, but I don't know. I'm at the point where I am so tired of, hey, this guy fell further down than someone else, and because he's a black dude, we're just gonna just automatically think that.
Yeah, it was more drama than anything. I've never seen a draft so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous.
It's a mess. Justin Langford said, "Will Phil Maffa beat out Rico Dowdle in the Big D?" Well, Rico Dowdle is playing for the Ravens.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys traded him. If I remember, I think it's the Ravens. He's not there anymore. So there's that. Let me look at. I think he went to the Ravens. Let me check.
The dude's just a drama queen. He's all about the damn drama, and the league, or not the league, the media continues to feed into the drama. And I made a video on Friday talking about all this, or Saturday morning talking about all this, and I think that the people in the media who are pushing that race narrative are just doing it to cover up for their own shortcomings at their job. These are the people that predicted he would go 1, 2, or 3 overall, and kept telling us that garbage for 3 or 4 months. And now all of a sudden they have no leg to stand on. They've got to drop back and punt, and they're dropping back and punting on that race angle thing, which is just shitty. Just admit that you weren't good at your job. I mean, yeah. Admit that. Own that shit.
Gamecock Chuck with a good point there. Rico Dowdle's now with the Carolina Panthers. You're right. I was thinking
he did. I remember seeing that now.
Yeah.
So we got Rico Dowdle and Xavier Leggett and Hunter Renfrow now on that Panther offense. That team's going to be hard to stop. I'm picking early crystal ball here for the Super Bowl, perhaps from the NFC there for the old Panthers.
I think the Panthers are going to challenge for the South. Watch, not just because of Hunter Renfrow.
Why? Because the South sucks donkey dick.
Yeah. Just saying, they're not going to be shitty as they were last year.
What's your thoughts on it?
Ziggy gives better analysis.
What's your thoughts on that? Don't look at my dirty clothes in the back. They're not dirty. They're actually clean. I look like a damn teenager in my room. Oh, by the way, I was totally off topic, but currently in the process of beginning to renovate the back room here at the house. Turn that into the old Carolina Jackpot Man Cave. So hopefully this coming September, August, whatever, when we start live streaming games again, that cave will definitely be totally set up by that time.
Are you gonna have the Bud Light thing that you had before in there? You should. Did you keep that or sell it?
Yeah, no. It's upstairs. It's upstairs in the attic. It never sold on eBay, which was a good thing because finding the box for that son of a bitch would have been hell.
And that needs to be a part of the Jackpot Cave there.
That's going to be part of the Jackpot Cave for sure. That's going to be.
Can we just call it the Jack Cave?
You can. Instead of the Bat Cave, the Jack Cave. It's going to be over in the corner. It's going to illuminate the place in the darkness.
We are selling sponsorships for the Jack Cave for the football season, and that's not a joke. If you want your name mentioned in the Jack Cave, let us know. We'll be happy to do that for you. But there you go with that. The Jack Cave is getting renovated. You're going to walk in and you're going to have, Ziggy, a bunch of Gamecock flags, some Jets bullshit, a cool ass Bud Light, and I don't know, whatever else. Jackpot's got some cool stuff going on. So
that's where Kale beats off. What are we doing here? This chat's gone off the rails.
No, it's the Jack Cave, Jackpot's Cave. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's gone off the rails. Come on now. Carolina Cave Pot. There we go. I like that.
The Cave Pot? Okay.
Yeah. Carolina Cave. Will there be a pool table? No, it's not big enough for all that. It's going to be big enough for me to pull a couch into, have a couple of TVs in there. I got a small refrigerator. I got a Starbucks, one of those glass display Starbucks, like they set up on a thing to make like an end cap. This one came out of a Dollar General. That's only a couple of years old. It's the one where the Starbucks canned coffees come out of. Got one of those to put my beer in. Yeah. So we'll be set.
Are you gonna have? Are we making it a padded room, Jackpot? That way, if you throw remotes, they won't break.
No. I don't really know how we'd go about that. And where do you get pads for the room? I remember that there were pads on the wall. There was a room. I remember the wrestling room at Wade Hampton High School. Like we had a wrestling room. It was like a classroom where the wrestling team practiced.
Yeah.
Did you have a wrestling room at airport?
Well, I went to Lexington, but yeah, we had a wrestling.
I thought you went. I thought it was. Why do I think you went to airport high school?
Because I don't know. You just like to make up things. It's okay.
I don't make up things. There was somebody else that went to goddamn airport, and I got you and him confused. Damn it, I don't make nothing up. Somebody went to fucking airport. I can guarantee you they did.
But you know what? You're exactly right. There have been people that have went to airport. You're exactly right, Jackpot.
What is airport? What is their nickname?
The airport. Oh, they're shit. I don't remember. Hold on, I'll look it up right quick. Airport high school. Like they have a weird.
Where is airport? I mean, I assume it's near the airport.
West Columbia, yeah. Airport high school mascot. Let's see here. It's the Eagle, of course.
The Eagles.
Airport Eagles from West Columbia, South Carolina.
Why should they be the Jets? There's a high school. The high school up here near Asheville in Inca, North Carolina. And they're the Inca Jets. They should have the airport Jets.
The Airport Eagles is what they are. There you go.
That's just damn weird.
Very weird.
The Airport Falcons. Yeah, the Blue Falcons. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's a great nickname.
Blake
said he went to Brooklyn Casey. We played them in a playoff game one time.
Brooklyn Casey and Airport are rivals. They like hate each other, right? They used to go at it a long time ago.
Do they really?
Yeah, they're like I don't know, like pick your.
They're like the Crips and the Bloods out there. Well, or it's Brooklyn Casey was the Bearcats, I believe, aren't they?
Yeah, they are the Bearcats. Yes, sir.
They're not the possible Bearcats. They're the definite Bearcats.
They're definitely the Bearcats.
Definite Bearcats. Not Cincinnati. They're definite Bearcats. The other ones are possibles.
But anyway.
All right. Next thing we could bring up. What about Juice Wells?
What happened?
Doesn't get picked up in the draft. I mean, it's kind of
that is
puzzling to Carolina Jackpot.
It is kind of funny. I mean, he drug nuts on South Carolina. Apparently, that film was not good enough to get him drafted.
Apparently, that wasn't enough to wow anyone or sway anybody.
I guess not.
Wasn't he like this? Didn't he have like 700 yards of receiving this past year, though?
Yeah, he had more receiving yards than any player at South Carolina, and was like third in receiving yards at Ole Miss. So,
okay, I mean, so what? I mean, what's the holdup there? Why was
he's 5'8". He's a short fellow, if I'm right. What is he listed at? Let's look at his list.
He's that short?
He's a short guy, if I remember correctly.
He's a little shit, ain't he? Damn.
He's like a little scat back kind of guy. Let's see here. And
I didn't realize he was that damn
he's
short.
6 foot tall. If he's 6 foot tall, then I'm fucking 6'4". That guy's shorter than that. They say.
Have you been that close to him before?
I saw him after practice one time. So I mean, he doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you close enough to check his package out?
I mean, I don't sniff jocks, but I'm just saying he doesn't look like he's as tall than any. He doesn't look that tall. So, what
it's probably not. I think all that stuff's blown up.
Yeah, what was Juice Wells? Let's look at his combine numbers. That's the question. Combine results. So he ran a 4.58 40, which hurts his stock as a deep threat.
That's slow as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, according to Yahoo Sports.
That's slow for a damn a 4.58. And what? I mean, what's wrong? Was he injured? I mean, that seems slow.
This line is from Yahoo Sports, and this will make Jackpot smile. There is more to his game, but NFL teams will have to go back a couple of years into his college tape to truly see him shine.
Oh God!
So it's apparently that shit on his tape at Ole Miss. You have to go back and look at his Gamecock tape to see any tape that's worth a shit. That's basically what that's saying. So,
Walk-Off Sports said pretty sure signed as a free agent with the Titans. Okay, well.
Oh, good luck. Well, the other
still didn't get drafted. I mean,
yeah,
but I mean, he's made it. He made it. Damn it.
Yeah, you get to be a.
Technically speaking, 5'11" is considered above average. They're over here talking. Okay, we're talking about NFL players, guys. I mean, we're talking about you got to. It helps to be fast, able to catch a football, able to run like a deer, and tall enough to reach over most DBs that you'll be playing against.
Well, to also be fair too.
Now Billy's saying the Giants signed him. There's a million rumors going around.
I've got from right here. The Clarion Ledger and On3 all say that he signed with the New York Giants. So there's that. But I think it's fair to say that people compared him to Ace Sanders. Remember that? He's no Ace Sanders. Let's leave it at that. So
yeah,
see how that works out. But good luck to him, I guess. We'll see how that works out. Let's see. What else did we have? What else did you want to get into this evening there, Jack? We'll put the link out here if you guys want to put this up here. The Jags are 1,000% going to ruin Travis Hunter. Yes, sir. You're right. That's going to happen. I agree, Big Barney Ross. So,
is he going to play defense there, or is he going to play offense?
Well, he's talked about how he wants to play both, but in reality,
yeah, it doesn't really fly in the
like he might play a couple snaps here or there. From what I've read, he tested off the charts on both sides of the ball, but has more room to grow as a receiver. Like there are people that think right now that he is a lockdown cornerback right now. And if he has anybody that is advising him that they need to tell him, look, play one side of the ball. This shit playing on both sides of the ball, you can do that in college, but the NFL, your body doesn't need to take that much hits, man.
There's a lot of damn money for a good lockdown corner. I'm gonna tell you, they'll pay a shit ton for that.
They don't make a shit ton of them anymore, and you got to have a set of balls to be that too. And he's got that, man. He's got that capability where he can shut down one side of the field by himself and make a shit ton of money. This other shit of, I want to be, I can play wide receiver. Well, fuck, so can a lot of other guys. But they make money and become Hall of Famers by being a goddamn lockdown corner. So, I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for a lot of these kids because they get such shitty fucking advice from some people. And they need to just stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
Yep, agreed.
All right, let's put the link out there. If you want to talk about the stuff with the draft, you agree with Big Barney Ross that they're going to ruin Travis Hunter. I completely agree with you.
Seems like Sunshine's not as he's not spoken about as in the glowing terms that he was spoken about just a few short seasons ago.
Well, what was it? 2 seasons ago, he would let him to the playoffs, and then last year it was like, I don't know, man.
Eddie says Rob and Kale short as hell, also with your height. LO. I mean, I'm sitting down right now, so we're all pretty much the same height at that.
Well, Jackpot's a legit 6'8", so y'all want to step up to that, have at it. I mean, I'm a short little fella standing next to Jackpot. We look like we stand next to each other for a photo. It's like Andre the Giant putting his hand on my shoulder up here.
I'm 6 foot. I mean,
no, he's 6'8". Don't fucking shortchange yourself.
Oh, okay, well, we'll just change that 0 to 8.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to join the program, have at it. We appreciate that. People are talking about Trevor Lawrence is mid. Well, you know what? I can agree with you on that. One rumor that I saw that might be would have been a good thing is the Pittsburgh Steelers are like begging Aaron Rodgers to play for them, and Aaron Rodgers is 41 years old. If I were the Steelers, I would try to make a move and get and see if I could trade for him, trade for Trevor Lawrence. And I just think that would be the best thing for them. I read some of those rumors that were out there about that. That could be interesting. So anyway,
who's Justin Fields with now? Is he with the Steelers?
Justin is he is with the Jets.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, he's with the Jets. That may be your starting quarterback this year, Jackpot.
Yeah, when did that was recent, wasn't it?
It's been here recent, but
because he was went from the Bears to the Steelers.
Yeah,
but he never played for the Steelers at all, did he?
He played in some series for them. Yeah,
was he just there last year?
Yeah, he was there last year. So, yeah, well, he may end up being your starter up there for the Jets.
He may.
He may.
Talk about people moving in from all kind of different avenues. There was some jabroni on the next road. There's a road over. You go down the main road off our subdivision comes in from, and go down. There's a road that kind of cuts through the woods. I say, I like to take it because when it comes out into the main road up there, it comes out at it's much more flush than the road everybody else takes to come into that road. And the other intersection, it's kind of busy sometimes and it's hard to see. So that's why I like to come down this road through the woods. And there's a house out there in the middle of it. It's a barn dominium. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those. But I think the thing sold for like $700,000 or some damn insane number. And it's some fucking old people living there. And the old guy is out on the porch sitting there in the rocking chair this afternoon when I drove by. He had a fucking Mets jersey on. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's old farts out here. I'm like, oh, that's just a one-off. And then in our neighborhood, we were riding around because we had a hailstorm yesterday evening. I rode around this afternoon because I wanted to look at damage and see if anybody else's trees and stuff got bombarded like mine did. And there's some neighbors on this back street over here that have a little Mets flag at their damn mailbox. I'm like, holy shit. Like, we're getting overtaken here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I went to Kroger, what was it, yesterday, and I seen people wearing Mets jerseys, and some guy was the other day I saw wearing a damn Nationals jersey. What in the blue fuck? I didn't even think Nationals had fans. I thought they were just like.
I didn't know that they had enough fans to even buy souvenir jerseys.
Well, that was the thing. Remember back when we had COVID and WWE did like the Thunderdome where people were all on like TVs or whatever around the ring? I thought that's what they did with the Nationals. They just put like TVs in the stands and people just waved or whatever. It's kind of
that's really weird. I mean, the Nationals, that's just odd. I mean, that's like seeing somebody showing up with a damn, I don't know, coming into a place out here with a fucking Twins jersey on or something.
That's how you're gonna look when you retire to the Poconos and you're up there with all your Gamecock shit on. They'll be like, who the hell is this guy up here fucking with our Poconos? Damn hillbilly.
Well, nobody's going to know what.
Yeah, that's what it is. They'll just be like, he has a Gamecock on his shirt. He must like cockfights.
I was excited when I thought that there was a chance we could make it in the playoffs after we won that damn Clemson game. I thought we were going to make it. And I was excited, and I thought we might play them. Them being Penn State, pronoun boy, in the first round of the playoffs. And I had called my mom afterwards and was talking to her. I said, if we play them in the first round of the playoffs, I said, I'm damn going. I said, I don't care how much it costs. I said, I'm gonna find a way to get up there. I said, because I got to see that because we were going to beat that ass. But unfortunately, none of that happened. Not one damn bit of it. We ended up playing a fat fuck in Florida and getting embarrassed by him. Yeah.
Matt says, I'm trying to think of the smallest fan base in the Big Four sports. I give you the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, sir.
The Big Four sports. What is he talking about in college?
Yeah, the smallest fan base in the Big Four. I mean, I have to go with Wake Forest. I think I've met one Wake Forest fan in my life. So
yeah, well, Wake Forest, Northwestern.
I've met Northwestern fans, but I've met one Wake Forest fan.
There used to be somebody. There's somebody that he comes around during football season a lot. Nice guy. Seemed like he sent me a PayPal donation before. Maybe that's yeah. In fact, I know he has. Mike, that's a Wake Forest Demon Deacon man. Has the Wake Forest avatar. Yeah. So yeah, he's nice. But outside of him, I can't think of anybody on the internet or on YouTube, in fact, that's a Wake Forest person. There needs to be a Wake Forest YouTuber.
Cater to the 10 Wake Forest fans? Come on, man.
What if there was? Well, if there was a crazy Wake Forest YouTuber like Carolina Jackpot who did nothing but talk shit and was constantly on here flapping his gums about his Wake Forest Demon Deeks.
Yeah, you wait till us Deeks get a hold of you, Alabama. You're not going to schedule us, and by God, we're never going to be in the playoff. But that's tell you what, if we did, fuck y'all, we'd win.
Hog has says his nephew graduated from Wake. He's not a fan at all. Please don't tell me he's a damn Tennessee fan over the place that he graduated from. Please don't tell me that.
Well, Wayne says Tim Duncan was a player for Wake. Yeah, but so was Chris. Go back and Google Randolph Childress.
Yeah, go back and Google Tyrone Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues was a Demon Deacon. There you go. Yeah, buddy. There's that too. All right, I'll put the link out there one more time if you want to join us this evening. You want to talk about the silliness from the draft. If you want to talk about how your team did, whatever. Jackpot, I didn't pay attention. I know South Carolina was playing Kentucky in baseball. How did they do? Do you know?
I think they lost today. Pretty sure they did.
Clemson lost the series to Louisville, if I remember correctly.
How sweep it is. It was NC State they got swept by, not Hoghead said no, he's not. Good. Glad to hear it. Nobody should have to endure that kind of abuse. South Carolina came back yesterday and won the second game. They hit a home run. God, what's that kid's name? I can't think of his name right now. They lost 11-5 today. He bats second. Nathan something or other. He hit a home run yesterday in the top of the ninth for some insurance for us. That fucking thing, I mean, it looked like it went every bit of 475 feet. Homered out to the left. Holy shit. He got a hold of one off their reliever who was supposed to be really good. But we'll tip it. Yeah, that's who hit that. Thank you, Blake. He tattooed that shit. You can tell some of these, you can look at some of these that just come as soon as they come off the bat, it's gone. Yeah, that's what that one was.
The Braves played last night and they gave up 4 homers to this one guy and still won. That's a weird stat. They gave up 4 home runs to one player and still beat the Diamondbacks last night. What a weird stat that is. So
yeah.
Anyway.
He took care of that one. You ever picked up any home run balls before when you were a kid? Did you ever go to any minor league baseball games as a youth?
Yep, I did a little minor league stuff. We used to do when they were the Capital City Bombers. We used to go down there when they were a Mets affiliate, and we would.
They were the Columbia Mets.
before they were the Bombers, they were. But yeah, I remember going to Bombers games and Mets games too. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I went to the Greenville Braves games a lot. We got one foul ball, and I was able to get one. Of all the times I probably went to, in all of my fandom as a Ute, probably went to from 84, 85 until high school time, probably went to at least 150 Greenville Braves games, if I had to say off the top of my head. I do remember getting a bunch of home run balls from batting practice. I never really got one from a game because there was always somebody standing around or whatever that would always get the home run balls for the games. But I do remember one particular game that I was at, the Birmingham Barons, Robin Ventura, if you remember him.
yeah.
Former Chicago White Sox player. He homered off the top of the scoreboard in right field. I kept my eye on exactly where that ball landed. It was nestled right off the side of the gravel from that extra parking lot out on the right behind the right field fence there. It nestled right between the gravel and a little patch of grass there. And I kept my eye on that damn thing, kept my eye on it the whole time. And finally, when it comes to the middle of the seventh inning, you can get up and actually leave the stadium and then come back in. And the ticket, the people who take the tickets weren't up there anymore. As soon as that middle of seventh inning was right, and I told whoever I was there with, be right back. Well, went and got Robin Ventura's ball, and then came back on Saturday night, and I got him to autograph it in the sweet spot. And I was like, yeah, because I used to go hang out down by where the visitors clubhouse was, and I would always get their autographs. I got a shit ton of autographs on balls doing that because the one down by the Greenville Braves, I mean, everybody, all the kids were down there, right? Ain't nobody hanging out over here wanting to get Robin Ventura's autograph. But I did. I'm like, yeah, that's the one you hit out last night. He's like, whatever, kid. Or something. I don't know.
Here's the fucking ball. Shut up. Yeah, that's how that rolled out. Let's see here. We're gonna welcome in Billy. Billy's. What are you doing? Are you shaking your bottle of Ensure? What is that?
Check that picture out.
Well, who is that? Is that Tim Lincecum? Who is that?
That's
Coleman,
Billy.
Is that you, Billy?
Yes,
Look
sir.
Look at your hair.
1973, brother.
How did you did? That's bullshit. They didn't have color photos back when you played baseball.
Yes, they did.
That's not you.
Yeah, they did. You had never seen baseball cards? They're not in black and white.
They did. They not when Billy played. They weren't.
There you go, brother.
Shit.
Cool. I'm glad Billy came on tonight. I thought we were about to lay an egg on the phone calls.
I wouldn't let you do that. I wouldn't let you do that. So, are we done with the Shedeur Sanders and the Nico Lamaleva bullshit?
I mean,
I can cuss. My wife's not here; she's in Orlando, so I can cuss. My dog, he don't care.
Do you have something that you wanna add to the mix on all that? I don't know.
I think this is a great opportunity. I'm not trolling here. I'm just saying, I think this is a great opportunity for young kids in this country to pay attention, and coaches, high school coaches, to pay attention and teach these kids you can have all the talent in the world and all the potential. But if your personality and your bullshit and your thuggery and all that stuff don't line up, teams don't want that in the locker room. If I sign your check, I don't want it. I remember a day, George Steinbrenner back in the 70s, you would not have a mustache, you would not have a beard, you would have your hair nice, trim and clean. So
they're still like that. Yeah.
There are coaches like that. And it's just a learning situation. It can be. You remember Terrell Owens? One of the greatest receivers. Nobody wanted him on the team because he was a locker room asshole. No,
Oh,
Billy's
Theo.
not a lefty.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I mean, a lot of it is perception, and sometimes it gets to guys, and they do what they're supposed to do, and you know, and at least put on, hey, I'm not going to be a problem. A guy that you can make an argument for on that is Cam Newton. Remember when Cam Newton got picked first in the draft? He came in and his first day, like he's got his hair cut nice and clean, wearing a beautiful suit, you know, that looks tailored and all that. But then, you know, you come back 2 seasons later and he looks like a fucking freak show. But for the interview process and everything else, he looked like he was an A1 prospect. He had those physical talents on the field, but he also looked like he could walk into a boardroom or whatever, and he could be the face of your franchise. He had the look.
Well, now they're saying there's interviews where Shedeur has went in, you know, with his hat cocked on backward for an interview with an owner of a team, a general manager and coaches, with this bullshit thuggery shit going on, telling them, you know, what he was going to demand and stuff. And there's even a YouTube video of him espousing this crap. So coaches of America, take your young bloods and teach them well. Teach them well.
Billy, would you care to respond to Chris's comment over in the comment section? He says, and I quote, "Nico left your shithole team."
I know they went to the playoffs. Damn it, they were a shithole team. Tell me when South Carolina goes to the playoffs, Chris Knight. Fucking irrelevant piece of shit. I like it when I can cuss. I like it when I can cuss.
Hey, I
can cuss any old time you want to.
No, that don't work in with the missus.
I hope your wife doesn't hear us fucking running our dick suckers.
No, I keep my headphones. Oh, she yells at me for yelling all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
Quit yelling.
As long as she's not throwing shit at you.
Oh, that won't happen. There's
Matt.
There's Peckerhead. No, it ain't.
No, the dome.
But anyway, I'm tired of hearing about. I'm tired of hearing about Shedeur. I'm tired of hearing about all this stuff. He's drafted. He did it to himself. Nobody did it to him. The league didn't do it to him. You know, so. And the bottom line is, if you owned a team and you signed checks, would you want to sign this kid a check? Would you want to sign this? Would you want this in your locker room and sign this kid a check? Bottom line. That's all I'm asking.
No.
I don't know if I'd want to sign. I don't know if I'd want to sign you, Billy, with that hair that you had. When I saw that haircut from 1946 you posted earlier.
Real quick, in 1973, there was
shit.
I made the all Germany high school team. There's about 40 high schools. And then we won anyway, we come back to the Big League World Series in Fort Lauderdale. It was 16 to 19-year-olds in Fort Lauderdale. And they still made me cut my hair above my name. They said, we need to see your name, sir.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Be calling you a hippie, man.
No. That was just the style in 73 in Germany. That's all. That's all it was.
You were playing in Germany, but you had a tournament in Fort Lauderdale?
What it was is the high schools in Germany or Europe, England, all over. There was like 40 some high schools, American high schools in Germany, and they picked an all Germany team.
So you were
I got picked. I got picked on the team. And then we went to England and played in the European Championship. We played against England and all these other teams. And then that was the team that went to, it was the Big League Little League World Series, 16 to 19-year-olds in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
You were on the all-Kraut team.
Well, what side of Germany? Because Germany was half of it was communist then, right?
Right.
Okay.
What side was? Well, I'll tell you. West Germany.
West Germany was communist?
No, it was East Germany.
Communist.
Damn.
Did the communists have an all Germany, or they all German team too, or no?
This was just West Germany, where we had military bases and stationed. There was about 40 high schools.
Well, I don't know these things, so I'm trying to find out.
However, let me explain something. Berlin was in East Germany, if you understand
Wait,
this.
which
And
side of Berlin?
Where the fuck is Sven?
Not the east side.
Sven-
We stayed in the west side, and you had to go there and play a doubleheader every day for like 5 days because they couldn't travel. You had to take the troop train out of you, and it was just too hard for them. So teams would go there in the summer for like a week at a time, and you'd play doubleheaders every day. So that got boring.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
A guy on my team, if you look him up, he still holds. He's one of the original Junkyard Jogs. Close friend of mine, a guy named Ben Zambezi.
Okay.
All SEC for 3 years. He was on the front cover of Street and Smith, and stuff. So he still holds.
You need to bring pictures of him. You probably got pictures of you two holding hands.
Yeah, I got. Yep. And he's in the Canadian football.
Man, I think the wall came down in like '89 because I think I was in like the 8th grade then. I think it was like '89 or '90.
When we were there in the summer of '72 for that week, my dad broke off a piece of the wall. Hold on, I've got it right here.
You look, he didn't get shot.
Billy's bringing his piece of the Berlin Wall.
Oh yeah, my dad did this.
So your dad got a piece of the Berlin Wall. Look at Billy. Billy's walking over there.
Good Lord, he can hardly get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's limping
Wife's
over there.
not here to change his Depends or give him his insurer. What the fuck are we doing making this old man work?
Oh shit, I'm not old. Some lady the other day, some lady at the Walmart. I was talking about being old. She goes, "You're not even 50 years old." I said, "Shit, I'm almost 70." There you go.
There's the Berlin Wall.
Wow.
Holy shit.
You look good for 70.
Yep. But anyway,
Well, there you go.
so
Well,
It's pretty cool.
Billy has derailed the stream. Who said that?
nobody said anything about Billy derailing the stream. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably Peckerhead. He needs to go up. He needs to go check the air on his tires on his trailer. Just double wide. That's what he needs to do tonight.
Noam, what are you bringing to the show this evening, sir?
Well, I don't know what we're talking about besides the Berlin Wall.
We were talking about how we were talking about Shedeur Sanders and
I
all
have
that
so much to say.
Blackhawk fuckery, and we could talk about how the LSU football coach looks like a bitch when he plays Clemson. We could talk about that. If you wanna get
Right.
Yes.
First
we
of all, with the LSU football coach has not played Clemson.
Yes, he has.
Not as
Notre
LSU,
Dame.
not as an LSU football coach.
That's true.
So
All I know is he's the head coach at LSU, and the last time he took a team to Clemson, he got his shit kicked in.
why don't you bring your little pretty butt? Am I allowed to curse?
I don't know. Billy was dropping cunt bombs earlier. I think you can say whatever you want.
Why don't you bring your little pretty butt to Louisiana in August and watch the
Why
game with
not
me?
come down there? The game's right. The game is like a fucking rock's throw from Kale's house. I'm gonna sleep on Kale's floor and just fucking go to the game and come back and sleep there drunk.
All right, my bad. So the game is gonna be in South Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You
here
can
in
call
South.
it that. We don't really, claim that part.
Oh shit!
I
All
can
right,
take a
so-
tour from Kale's house.
Dumbasses over in the comments trying to cause.
It's going to be at the Savannah Banana Stadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So y'all might have discussed this already. Why should Shedeur get left out?
Well, because he holds on to the ball too long and he's a drama king. I think that has a lot to do with it.
But how much does it have to do with his dad? What team wants to have to deal with that crap?
Nobody.
And
And
Deion
and
Sanders
how
is walking around didn't he have like 3 of his toes cut off? The man just fucking Billy moves faster than fucking Dion does now. I don't want to hear this
He's
shit.
evaporating into half a man, to be honest.
And how do you feel when you already had a quarterback drafted in the 3rd round and you were drafted in the 5th round? I feel like somebody in the Sanders team called somebody in Cleveland that they know.
I would agree on that because Deion Sanders had this whole shit thing about Cleveland's a shitty organization. He's on the record saying how shitty they are, and that's where his son ended up. That would be like my daughter who, is going to go to law school and then, oh, Dad, I'm going to Tennessee after I shit on Tennessee forever and ever.
Right.
Hey, right here. Because, I'm going to go to Tennessee law school.
It's more like South
Carolina. Yeah. What?
Like, what if your daughter went to South Carolina?
I mean, she's probably going to end up going to South Carolina. Daughters like to disappoint their fathers.
Oh,
okay.
That's
going to end up being. It's not like she's going to she goes to law school. They don't have I don't know if they have a law program at Clemson. So she'll end up going to fucking either South Carolina.
They don't have anything. They don't offer anything at Clemson you can't do off a tractor. So.
Easy, jackpot. You need to calm down with all that because if we draw a line down your head, it'll look like an ass. You need to calm down, sir. Being very mean to me here. I'm going to have my feelings hurt when my daughter.
Very disrespectful.
I want to go be a Gamecock. Jesus Christ, honey.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to live at home and commute?
She could work at 7-Eleven and get the fucking same education, probably. Fuck, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, yeah, like that's what if you live in Tuscaloosa and your daughter went to Auburn?
I mean, she's gonna go wherever she can get a good education. I don't give a shit. But if she goes to South Carolina and she thinks that I'm going down to that stadium for a game with her, not happening.
Look, I have to deal with this on the regular because my godchild goes to Alabama while my daughter goes to LSU.
Your godchild goes to Alabama and like they see that godchild's like, man, that kid's got teeth. What the fuck?
I know. They know he's from Louisiana.
Now she comes down here and she's got to she's probably on the track team out running everybody. Everybody sees her and thinks dental plan. Shit.
So I have to say this. I don't normally get to be on this show. I don't even know what this is. But Kel, I do watch y'all. You do carry the show. I just want to let you know that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I knew that, but thank you for reaffirming. Appreciate it.
Why don't you go back to your tree and make some cookies,
Big Barney Ross wants to know how you feel about Coach O.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about Coach O?
About Coach O? I'm not worried about Coach O. I don't like the current coach that we have. That's all I'm worried about.
Did you like Coach O?
Did I like? Yes, when we were winning.
Yeah.
What a mess. Well, anyway, yeah. So that's what we've.
Am I allowed to stay on the? Am I allowed to stay on the show?
You like stay on for a minute if you want, whatever you want. I don't care.
Currently. I mean, not next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi. What's wrong with you?
No, I don't. No, I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Go on with the next.
Well, so we figured out what Billy with his haircut and stuff. That's good from the 70s. You did look like Tim Lincecum, sir. Go look that name up.
Well.
So anyway. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to add this evening? We're going to open up, make sure that people here.
I need to apologize to somebody in the chat because I said his name, and he told me to keep his name out my mouth. So anyway. And,
wait, who are you apologizing to?
Well, you know who it is. He's over there.
Oh, Lord.
Keep my name, little twit. Let me get off here. Let me get off here. Shit.
But you just called him a twit, so you still
Well,
kept his name.
You know.
Change one letter in
I
twit.
can't
and
deal
it
with
turns
little
to
kids.
twat.
I'll see y'all later.
Goodbye, Billy. Billy's up here, 78 years old, up here spending time on the program this evening. Apparently, he stepped on someone's old lady fingers over there, and they got upset.
Eating someone's Cheerios.
Yeah, bless their heart. Yeah.
So
Anyway,
I'll add this.
okay.
Are we really talking about football that much right now?
Right, talk about football all the time. They just had the draft. Gnome. The hell are you talking about?
No. Okay, I take it back. All right. Yes, we're talking about football, but not like fall football. Like there's baseball. Baseball. There's baseball going on. There's softball. Look, you of all people should know you little Clemson Tigers are what number 3 in the country.
Clemson's great too. Look, Clemson just got swept by NC State. I mean, we got to take a step back.
Did they? Oh, wow.
Yeah. But look, here's the other thing too, is that we talk about football all the time on here. We just did ACC over and under numbers. We did SEC over and under numbers, and yeah, we always talk about football. So,
actually, Kale, speaking of, man, South Carolina baseball is looking like crap.
Yeah,
it's terrible. I mean, I think that y'all, I think you sent us that old guy on purpose. I think you knew that was going to happen. You did it to tank the program.
Really? Yeah, that's what we did.
It's terrible.
We were so scared of y'all.
Well, but y'all were shit. Y'all were shit before you got there. I mean, Kingston was fucking terrible too, Jackpot. So there's that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Welcome to the show.
The program's just dead. It's so far from what it was at one point in time till it's barely recognizable at this point.
What was that, 2009, 2010?
2010, 2011, they won the CWS, and then 2012 they were runner-up. So
well, and look, to be fair,
had a nice run, and as quickly as it came, it went.
Well, to be fair, South Carolina baseball up until let's just say 7 years ago, was an absolute elite program. I mean, they were constantly in the mix to go to the College World Series. They won 2 College World Series in a row. I mean, we could talk about guys like Justin Smoke and all these other guys that were, made the major leagues. And I remember
Jackie Bradley Jr.
But you remember Lonnie Chisenhall?
Oh, remember damn, we got another Gamecock.
The Lonnie Chisenhall story is still my favorite Gamecock baseball story. Apparently, Lonnie Chisenhall, who ended up being the DH for the Oakland Athletics, stole some stuff from a player, and Ray Tanner said, "Fuck you, you're out." Kicked him off the team in the middle of the season, and they still went to the College World Series and played. They got a guy that ended up being like the starting DH for the fucking Oakland A's. Ray Tanner's like, "Get the fuck out of my program." That's how strong South Carolina baseball was, and now they are a shit show.
I haven't heard this conversation be had yet, and maybe y'all have done it today, and I just didn't hear it. But is old senior citizen on the hot seat already after 1 year?
Well, he's either on the hot seat or he's going to die.
Oh God!
I don't think he's thought of very favorably, so I don't know.
Has there been? I mean, it's not too often you're on the hot seat after 1 year, man. Especially coming in as a big name.
Guy's older, like Billy old. Like he should be doing what Billy's doing right now, sitting in his recliner and cussing at YouTube shows like he was tonight. And this guy's trying to run a fucking baseball program. He's too fucking old.
Well, I don't know much about baseball, but I do know every time I cut on the MLB, they always got some old grizzled looking fucking manager. So maybe they were just going for that. But I mean, it's been a failure. And the thing is, Ray Tanner's inability.
He was successful at LSU.
Yeah, that's the thing. But Ray Tanner's inability to just be able to get that program back running.
Ray Tanner got a job for his buddy. He got him a payday. That's all that amounts to.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be our first hire from that new AD we got.
Total horse shit.
It's been a bunch of bullshit. And at least they built the facilities so that when somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing gets in there, they'll have a one-up over most people.
I read something the other day that said that it was like it rated like college baseball facilities, and South Carolina's Founders Park is listed like in the top 15 in the country. I mean, you have a beautiful state. It's better than Doug Kingsmore at Clemson. I say that as a Clemson fan. I love Doug Kingsmore, but as far as looking like a big league park, Founders Park is beautiful. I mean, it really, really is. It's shitty that they don't have good baseball there anymore. But
you can get a wine slushie to drink your sorrows away for about $20.
You can sit on I think they call it the Bojangles berm. And
no, that's the Fireflies. That's the Fireflies.
I thought they have a berm out there too. I know that the Conrad and I, we stood out like on the in the right field stands, like way out in the back, and Seth Beer almost killed the Conrad with a homer.
Damn.
See us.
Yeah, I think that's just called the palm tree. Palmetto
berm.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever. They have a berm there.
The problem is, Rob, and you don't want to hear this about conference allegiance, but in the SEC, sorry, South Carolina, they have so much freaking competition.
Well, to be fair,
I'm sorry to hear it because the ACC always had competition.
Look, there's also this issue of baseball is a regional sport, and the majority of the country can't play it because of the weather. I mean,
South Carolina can, and Clemson can.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that South Carolina and a lot of the SEC schools have a one-up because of the weather.
The majority can't play it. That's not.
That true. Is true. If you look at certain schools,
that's not.
They don't.
The Big Ten. The Big Ten can't. The Big Ten can't play. I'm sorry, Rob.
No, I mean, like if I read something last year, like Michigan didn't play their first home game last year until like the 15th of April.
Damn.
Okay, so they can play road games.
So you start the season in February and you play the entire month of March on the road. That's supposed to make you a good baseball team?
Well, Michigan is not over half the country. Michigan is far north. That's an outlier. They're
one of the schools in the Big Ten where they spend money on baseball, but they can't get and keep the things that they need there. And that's why, I mean, it's a regional sport. And people get upset.
Why can't they play till the middle of April at home? Which you got the Detroit Tigers. I mean, they play at the beginning of April.
I don't understand it, but I read that stat, and that's what it was. Michigan, I think Notre Dame doesn't play a lot of their games until late in the day. But a regional sport,
late in the day, they played night games. Everybody
played.
If
you remember about 3, maybe 4 years ago, Rob, you might remember. Boise State cut out their baseball program.
Yeah.
Like they can't sustain.
So, I wonder if they played on a blue diamond like the base. Well, I mean, I'm just wondering. I think it's a valid question. We looked up to see if the basketball team, because they beat Clemson early this year, in basketball, they beat Clemson early in the season, kind of like the Gamecocks did.
No, it's solid green.
But I was interested to find out if their basketball arena had a blue floor, and it does not.
Their baseball stadium.
So I'm wondering about baseball.
Boise State's baseball stadium legitimately looks stages worse than my high school. I mean,
well, if you look at certain colleges up north, like Boston College, I remember, I think it was last year, Clemson went there for a series. And the announced attendance from the school where, because generally the schools lie. Oh, we have hundreds and thousands of fans there. The announced attendance for the school was 116 fans for a Saturday afternoon game. A ranked Clemson team at home.
There's probably more parents. Yeah, there's probably more parents of kids on each respective team.
Yeah,
just in general. I mean, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
146.
Yep. The thing is that it is a regional sport, and like the teams in the South are going to dominate, and the teams out West, the Gauchos and teams like that out in California, Cal State Fullerton, teams like that. They have the weather, they can play, and they can work out all season. So that's why they're so much better there.
Yeah, it looks like the last entry I see for the Boise State baseball program was in 2020. So yeah, they don't play baseball there anymore, and it does look like they played on a diamond that was just regular, not any blue stuff. So,
but
Rob,
again,
you're muted, buddy. I don't know if he's talking to us or not, but
Kent State's dropping down to Division 3. That's what I was trying to say.
Again, Rob.
Speaking of
Wayne in the comment says the Vols 22 team got upset by Notre Dame. That was one of the best college baseball teams ever. Well, apparently not.
Notre Dame.
Apparently not. I mean, they couldn't finish what they started, so that didn't make a lot of sense. That was one of the best ever. But it was one of the best ever, but they lost in the damn whatever the fuck.
In the regional at their own place. Remember,
they didn't make it to Omaha, but they were one of the best ever.
Wasn't that the one where like
what the ball man tell you?
Yeah, the Tennessee player like hit the home run and he was giving the finger to the Notre Dame ended up beating them.
Was that the McDonald's bag here?
Flipping the finger, running around the bases, flipping the bird. What an East Tennessee outlaw mud show piece of shit move that is.
I'm surprised they didn't get fined for that. Hey, but you mentioned
that has to be one of the most redneck things I've ever seen in college sports.
Yeah,
really.
What'd you say?
Worse. So, anyway.
Well, regardless, just kind of briefly transitioning into football. I know Kale knows this, but Rob, I've got some information. I foretold another accurate college football take. I just want to let you know. You remember months ago, probably about a month and a half ago, I said Sacramento State was going to be a real player. I'm getting some legit people, even though they're FCS. They just pulled in Jaden Rashada.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jaden Rashada going FCS to Sac State.
Well, it said they're transitioning over to the FBS. It said in 2026 they're going to play FBS football.
Did they have a conference listed? Because I saw something like that, but I couldn't see what conference they joined.
I don't know.
What kind of backwards bag was that? Hey, come play for us at an FCS school.
No, they have one of the deepest NIL bags in the country, though, Rob.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not disputing what
you're saying. It's quite a pretty big school.
Who wakes up in the morning and says, I want to give money to the fucking Sacramento State NIL?
Exactly. Well, actually, let me because there was a big thing. It actually just happened this year. I think they all got together.
That's like Bonnie Ross giving money to Kentucky football. Why does he do that? He just likes to earn money. It's the same thing. I mean, if you give money to Kentucky football or Sacramento State, it basically is the same thing. You might as well just set the money on fire. In fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. Jackpots, if you go to robandkaleshow.com and look at our last sign up for the Callaway's Bracket Challenge, Jackpots PayPal is right there. When you're thinking about giving money to Kentucky football or Sacramento State, just send half of what you were going to think you were going to do to Jackpot. Jackpot will find a good use for it, and then you can save half your money and not support shit.
Well, the crazy thing is, Rob, I'm pretty sure Sacramento State's NIL budget, respectively, is bigger than South Carolina and Clemson's. I just read that they're operating at $50 million.
I mean, that's like having a big penis and not having anything to do with it, though.
Well, that's what but the thing is, Rob, I mean,
It's
people
like
are
having a
coming
big
for that
pecker, but
money.
you can't get hard.
People are
Yeah.
coming for that money. I mean, if you can talk, if Dion can talk Travis Hunter into going to an HBCU, I think a bag drop from Sacramento
Wow.
State is going to be
That was
pretty
great.
influential.
Who is the head coach at Sacramento State? Did you?
Oh, that's a good. No, let me
It
look that up.
It used to be Troy Taylor, that kind of weird guy that was coaching at Stanford.
It's Brennan Marion. Looks like he's a recent hire too.
I have no
He
clue.
probably
who
would have
that
been hired before last year
Yeah, 2024.
or the year, but 2023, because Troy Taylor was the one that.
is. Pictures.
This says as of December 20th, 2024, Brendan Marion, who he apparently was the coach of UNLV, and they
wow, UNLV is a huge football school.
So I guess payment for everybody but the head coach, right? Their
That's my
quarterback's gonna be making more than him.
Take some money and go to like Coach Orgeron, who's been doing nothing but banging soccer moms since LSU started paying him.
Exactly.
Throw some money at that guy and let him come in and be your head coach. That's the best way to go.
To be fair to this guy, he actually does have a decent little. So while he was at UNLV, they ranked 14th in the country, averaging 36.2 points a game and 251 rushing yards a game. Yeah. I mean, say what you want, UNLV, that's a whole lot of fucking points and a whole lot of rushing yards.
So he was the OC at UNLV?
Let me see. This is, OC at UNLV for 2 seasons.
He would have been the OC for one Barry Odom.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
What about Dan Mullen is the coach at UNLV now? How weird is that?
Oh, God.
Well, if you watched any of his games last year that he did with Matt Berry, like he always did the Tuesday night game with Matt Berry, you could just tell he was just trying to sound, vanilla and everything else to keep his name in the mix to get a head coaching job. So,
well, they all do that.
Yeah. I hope he does okay. He was entertaining. He doesn't look like he would be. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look like just a regular Joe. But
Saban kills it on the camera. He's good at the analyst shit.
Who?
Dan Mullen. He just kind of came off a bit elitist, in my opinion. I just didn't like his delivery.
Did you just say Saban?
Yeah, I think Saban's done great. Whenever he.
As an LSU fan, I'm an LSU fan. I can't stand Alabama. No, I like Saban on the camera. I like his analysts.
He's a smooth talker, and he doesn't talk to you like he knows everything, even though he does. You know what I mean?
Like Madden used to. Like Madden used to do.
Exactly. I think he's got, as long as he wants to, he's got a rich career in commentary. Hopefully, maybe we can get him to do some live play-by-play. That'd be amazing.
Maybe he could come back to LSU.
LSU, y'all should have never fired Orgeron.
He didn't. Somebody should hire Ed Orgeron, give him some of that money, and then go from there.
I bet he still lives in the Baton Rouge area. That motherfucker didn't leave. Yeah, no, he didn't leave.
Orgeron does, but he's gonna run out of the soccer moms before too long. He's got to move around.
Hey, well, I just, as a Patriots fan, I just want to appreciate y'all taking care of Will Campbell for us and hand delivering him. Best line in the league.
What bothered me about him is like they were talking about his arms are too short.
They're too short. That's right.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Wayne over in the comment section says, selling tater chips, but we're rednecks. Baja. Kumite 1987 champion has set the bar. I don't know what in the hell that's supposed to mean. He says, I don't hide behind the fake ass name. What you see is what you get, bud. Chicken shit, rooster fish. These jabronis, this damn Sports Talk Jay. He does his little comedy clips on his channel. That clown has over 16,000 views on a video that he did like 5 hours ago. I don't know where the hell he's getting them from. I really don't know how he's doing it, because I've noticed that people who put clips in their videos of just different random bullshit get a ton of traffic. I don't know where it comes from.
You know,
but
if you want, I could cut up some clips from our stuff and start. Putting some
no,
of that.
no, that's fine. I'm just because I wouldn't know how to put it together anyway. I don't know how that shit
I
goes.
know how to do that. I can put some clips together.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got
But
some
If you want me to be real,
he puts clips of Carolina Jackpot throwing the potato chips at the back of the truck or whatever because he got mad. I don't know. Apparently, probably because I made fun of his golf job. He had running the golf course or whatever the hell he does. He must be retired from it now because he's put more time into the YouTube thing. But it really would be funny if I got filed a copyright claim against him for using my clips in his video because I never gave him permission to use them, and that is monetized content. So
why would you do that, Jackpot? You're not that kind of guy.
well, I can be kind of an asshole sometimes. Push the right buttons.
Yeah, once you step out of that car though, and he sees that you're 6'8" and a scrappy 274 pounds.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Kale. He's listen to all the folks in the chat. If you want to meet up and have an adult conversation with this guy, just know an absolute fucking unit is coming.
I don't know who he's talking about. He's not talking to me anyway with this, but he's getting pissed over here. You want to talk shit? Put your real name in there. You're weaker than minnow piss in a 10-acre pond.
Who's he talking to?
That would be. I think that would be G-Man over here in the comment section.
Minnow piss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What Tennessee hillbilly is so pissed off at us at 10:30 at night?
He said that a South Carolina person calling Tennessee people rednecks was hot calling the kettle black.
Oh, come on, dude. The Smoky Mountains.
He goes on ahead and types up some bullshit like that.
There's got to be about 10,000 moon sign stills out in the Smoky. I don't want to hear about rednecks, dude. That Tennessee, the whole Rocky Top song is just about being a fucking redneck. What are you talking about? The whole stadium chants in unison about being a redneck, dude. Let's just be honest.
Just so we're clear, I'm only 5'2". So if anybody wants to attack somebody, y'all come at me.
Come at the gnome.
That's right.
Hey, listen. Don't come at the gnome, man. He's good people.
No, the gnome is not 5'2". That's not true. The gnome told me that if I came down for the LSU game when Clemson plays there, which is not this season but next season, that we strap him up with Velcro and we could throw him like a dwarf.
No, you said that. I did not. No, I did not agree. No.
He said I could take like Velcro and wrap him up in Velcro, and then we could throw him like a target at the tailgate,
like a lawn dart.
That's a hell of a thing to watch.
Speaking of that, so it came out. I heard this a couple of weeks ago. I heard it on old Zach Smith's show, but it had come out somewhere else on social media, and they were trying to determine whether it was made up or whether it actually happened. That Mike Leach, when he was still alive, you might have heard this, Rob.
I did.
He had, I guess, talked to one of his assistants or someone about the validity or possibility of a play, whether a play would be legal or not, that they get a small person on the team.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
And a small person on the team for short yardage situations, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, goal line situation, whatnot, and they get the ball. They're running back. They're playing running back, and they actually throw them with the football over the goal line or over the first to get a first down. Would that be possible?
Well, it's sort of like the whole tush push thing, but I mean, you're just instead of pushing the guy, you're just throwing him.
Hey, we didn't deserve him.
So is it? I think it would probably be 100% illegal.
We didn't deserve Mike Leach when we had him, man. We didn't deserve him.
No, wouldn't that sort of fall in the same? Because you can't. It used to be legal if you were trying to block a field goal or extra point or whatever, to have a guy behind the line, and when the ball is snapped, he would run and jump on the back of one of your linemen and try to jump up high and block the ball. You remember? But you can't do that anymore.
You can't do that.
So I think that would fall along the same lines as that.
I think that someone would put out something saying that you're not giving,
because you're using a body part to vault someone into the air, which is dangerous. Well, the body part being the back of that defensive lineman vaulting. And you just be vaulting the small person through the air with your arms. That would still be illegal, I would think.
I think if they're worried about safety, because we're always worried about players' safety, as long as the player signs a waiver, which I would, then we're good.
I'll volunteer to be the slinger. Just grab him by the face mask and the shoulder pads and just.
Okay, no, don't do that.
Who would be the slinger? Who would like on the Gamecocks team this past year? Who would have been the one to sling them? I think probably Tonka Hemingway.
I was thinking Boogie Huntley.
That would work.
Yeah, Boogie Huntley.
Yeah, that's the way you go. That's your slinger, and that's somebody that you have to develop them like you develop your long snapper. Except that
old refrigerator Perry Clemson would have been a slinger back in the day.
Speaking of long snappers, my Patriots drafted themselves their new long snapper. I love a special teams pick. All right.
Hey, the Patriots did a good job of their draft, and we're gonna leave it at that.
A great job, and we'll leave it at that. But hey, speaking on rules.
Thank you, Eddie.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Speaking on rules, I wanted to mention this though. I'm not sure if it's been talked about yet. But y'all saw the NCAA pass the new injury rule, right? The Ole Miss rule.
Yeah.
Have y'all talked about that yet? I think that's going to change the game in a big way.
Somebody finds a.
Well, listen, if you come out, what is it, 5 plays or it's a timeout? No, it's a timeout every time.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change it that much.
Well, listen, think of it like this. If it's a timeout every time medical staff comes onto the field, you could be looking at teams probably going through their whole cachet of timeouts by halfway through the second quarter.
Rob, you probably know more about it than me, but like there's rules about that. So it has to be before they blew the whistle. So
yeah, I think it's like if the ball's already been placed or something.
So now all you got to do is tell the player, do it before they blow the whistle.
Oh God, don't tell me there's some loophole where they're gonna fucking still do this shit, man.
I mean, it's not going to change much.
God damn, dude. I hope it does. That's one of the most infuriating things that's going on in football for me right now is the faking injuries. I can deal with the NIL. I can sort of deal with the transfer portal, but shit on the field, that's what really pisses me off.
It's way worse in the NBA and soccer. So, I mean. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Football fans – any fan, just all they want to talk about soccer flops. Motherfucker, it's happening every football game now, and it's so sickening, and nobody wants to do anything about it. Everybody just wants to accept it, and nobody even talks about it. It's like we're just one of those things that everybody fucking hates.
Kale and Rob, y'all can jump in if y'all want, but I actually didn't see that it was a big problem.
I hate it. Well, it killed it. First, any momentum we had in the Ole Miss game, it was thwarted by an injury. Every first down was an injury. Not to say we would have won the game anyways. We have
30-something seconds between plays anyways.
Yeah, well, but 30 seconds. But that's different when you're getting a team huddle.
Yeah.
Because they're using it as a team huddle, you know what I'm saying? And then they get more of a chance to watch film, see what just happened. And after a big play, there's usually another big play. In college football, at least. I mean, let's be honest, it's an undisciplined brand of football, college football. You can expect multiple big plays after the other. Once you have momentum, I mean, you're driving down the field. Just that whole injury thing just kills every single bit of energy an offensive has.
Well, I think that the folks that run the gimmick offense like they do at Tennessee, where we're just going to run up to the line as fast as we possibly can, and we're trying to put your defense at a disadvantage. Those people, people that run stuff like that, they're going to think that it's going to help them, because I remember Lane Kiffin when he went up there and he was having guys drop every other play to slow down the Tennessee tempo. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, surely they looked at the requisite changes that need to be made. I guess I'm a little bit ignorant to every change that is in the new rule, but man,
I remember looking at it, but I don't know how much that's going to help or hurt anybody, to be honest. But we'll see. I think that what you need to worry about is when making sure that if it is a player that is actually injured, they get them off the field.
Yeah.
I have to ask this question. So, do y'all have that many people from Tennessee that watch this show? Because there's all
Wait a minute,
in the comments, they keep having Tennessee people getting pissed off about shit.
It's like 50% is probably Tennessee.
Well, there was last week that went to the Tennessee game that wanted to throw hands with Jackpot, and that is real.
Well, that wouldn't go well for him.
The guy that wanted to throw hands with you at the Tennessee spring game.
Oh, that shit stain. Oh, yeah. Boogie.
Old PBR Boogie.
Pot.
PBR Boogie. That man
yeah,
can't even afford a Bud Light. He's wanting to fight Kale. And he needs to go get him some Mad Dog 2020. I think that's more in his budget.
Fight Jackpot.
Boone's Farm.
Which I've already talked to Mike Music Callaway's. If he wants to fight, we'll do it at Callaway's and we'll do it for charity. And
hey, listen. If anybody wants to fight me for charity, see me at fucking Callaway's, all right? I will whoop your ass for the kids. Do you hear me? Billy, if you want it, you got it, buddy. Come to Callaway. Don't bring your son. I don't know about your son. I haven't seen him yet.
We're talking about throwing haymakers for the underprivileged.
Yeah, I haven't seen your son yet, Billy, so maybe don't bring him. But if you want to come, Billy, it's for the kids.
Damn, Peckerhead. Come on.
Hey, listen.
That'll be my nickname for Tennessee Booger Pot from now on. Shit stain.
Shit stain.
Did you say Booger
Shit
Pot?
stain.
That's funny.
That fucking guy.
Yeah. Well, he said it. He at the spring game. He was.
Who has a party in an empty parking lot with like one other person? It was like him and that young dude.
That sounds like the local high schoolers gathering at the Walmart.
No, he was at that game. I asked him about it, and he said he wanted to fight Jackpot. I was like, "What the fuck? This guy's up in damn Knoxville."
Yeah, I was the first thing out of his mouth. Yeah, and old Squidtard is a Tennessee man. I mean, I don't. I mean,
I'm just saying,
if out of his mouth.
Hey, well, hold up. Can we just actually think about this for a second? How many random people have gone up to Boogie Bentley and he just been like, "Are you one of Carolina Jackpot's trolls?" Like, how many?
Oh no, you'd have to interview people in one of the East Tennessee Mud Show Walmarts, and
that's what I'm saying.
Find out,
because that's a rare filmed encounter. I mean, surely there's tens of thousands at this point of unfilmed ones.
Squid walked up to him dressed like a mustard bottle. he was dressed like a mustard bottle, and he's trying to get comments from this guy. And he's like, "Oh, Jackpot, I was throw hands for Jackpot." What's going on here?
Hey, listen, if I ever get a chance to meet that guy at a Tennessee spring game, like if I know he's going and I know where he's going to be, I swear I'll find a McDonald's bad costume and go talk to him. We got to complete the trifecta. He got the mustard bottle, or should I go golf ball?
Dress up as a golf ball probably be easier to find a golf ball.
Pissed off Tennessee fans with that, saying that when the whole McDonald's story came out, like Tennessee was coming to South Carolina, and I said South Carolina had a nutless fan base unless you had five seats next to the Tennessee bench, and you had Ronald McDonald and somebody dressed up as Ronald McDonald, Grimace, the Hamburglar, and Fly guy and just stand there and shaking Happy Meal boxes at him the whole time. If you were a fan, somebody should have done that. That would have been absolutely hilarious. You would have been on TV in a nanosecond. So I even offered to go down there and dress up as Grimace because I thought it was that good of a bit. And I don't want to go down to that damn ghetto stadium, but I would have dressed up as Grimace in a big purple outfit, shaking Happy Meal boxes at
I could so see you as Grimace.
I gotta ask a question, and this is not me hating on Clemson, I promise. But what is the deal with this banana ball team? What is so special? How can you put 80,000 people in the stands for the? I mean, what who was there? Kids.
The thing you gotta factor in is I would imagine every single Clemson student also had a free ticket.
Rob, can I
I don't know though, because I looked on Ticketmaster because I was just interested to see, and it looked like tickets for this thing where they were having it at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. This is in June, or like over $200.
Okay,
surely because they had it in Memorial Stadium, though, right? Surely they'd have to do some sort of.
How many people have gone and watched? I personally have never done it, but gone and watched the Globetrotters.
Yeah,
like if you're a baseball fan, it's really good.
I just don't like the whole dancing. Like I don't vibe with that. I don't want to see a bunch of fucking grown men doing TikTok dances in between a pitch. So you know what I mean?
All right.
I don't even like baseball that much, but I can get behind drinking some cheap beer, not PBR cheap, but cheap beer.
And I promise you, it's a lot tougher to fake baseball than it is basketball. Like to actually make those catches and hit those balls.
Savannah Bananas were on 60 Minutes like 2 weeks ago. They're just like a big family-oriented thing where the guy that runs it, like, you know, the games are 2 hours and like they got all kind of stupid shit that they do, but it's like a family-friendly thing and, you know, people dancing and all this other stuff. And they decided to do one at Clemson. And, you know, the guy that promotes it, I mean, they're going to sell out stadiums. They're doing it everywhere. So
yeah, that owner's a damn good businessman. That owner they got, he's a damn good businessman.
Do you think is that why they I noticed the Tater Spring game was like 2 weeks earlier than the Carolina one this year. Usually they're either the same day or one might be a week off. Is that why they had that so early this year?
It must have been because they probably had to reconfigure the whole field.
I think it probably was because I think that's probably a little bit of an undertaking to turn a college baseball field into or college football stadium into a baseball field
for diamond and everything.
Never done that.
Looked so awkward. That football field turned into a baseball diamond was so awkward looking.
Well, they had a game at Doug Kingsmore, like with the Bananas, and it sold out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago, wasn't it? 1 or 2 months ago.
And I don't know. I mean, it's legit. They had 81,000 fans there, and tickets were expensive. People were fighting.
Listen, Wayne, don't you talk. First off, give me Wayne and Billy for charity. Give me Wayne and Billy 1v2 for charity. All right. I'll take the senior. Don't you badmouth Carolina jackpot while I'm around.
Wayne's always over there talking shit.
Give me the 1v2.
He uses more emojis than a 13-year-old girl.
Are we talking about Wayne Starnes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there.
Give me both of the seniors. Chris Knipe, you're getting Vandy Dandy because he's talking shit about Carolina. We're gonna have a full charity card, all right?
Just so y'all know, I'm
Vandy man talking shit.
South Carolina lost several players to the raft. Maybe they're soft against Vandy. We walked into Vandy
to the round.
We walked into Vandy and helicoptered your golden boy quarterback. He looked like John Elway in the fucking 80s, dog.
Like, just so y'all know,
beat down. I mean,
I became good friends with Rob Sanders in 2020 when my LSU Tigers beat the crap out of the Clemson Tigers in the Natty.
Yeah.
And so I love. We had a show. Now I just wanted to be in this show tonight.
Well, thank you for that. I pissed off a lot of LSU fans back then because I said something to the effect of, you guys needed a washed up quarterback from Ohio State to win a national title.
Oh, fuck you.
They fucking hated me. It was great.
And yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
And now look, now we have the transfer portal and everybody has transfers.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's a good point.
Wayne Starn says Boogie don't want to fight Crackpot though. We're dads. Okay, but he'd hurt Crackpot real. Yeah. Okay.
You fucking kidding
I'd
me?
take that son of a bitch's glasses off his face, grease them up, and stick them sideways up his fucking butthole.
Damn.
Fuck that guy. And fuck you. Fuck you for saying.
This is just
Standing
my
up for him, too.
observation.
Real talk.
This is just my observation. But really, you look like you wouldn't fight with anybody.
I'm just saying the Jackpot is a legit 6'8". You don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah. And listen, Boogie, old PBR Bentley, bro. Nobody's worried about PBR Bentley. Let's just be honest. If anybody's on PBR Bentley's side, you're in the wrong corner, buddy.
It's just hilarious that fucking mustard bottle squid guy goes up to him and the first thing he says is party Jackpot.
Yeah. That's why I was like, there's got to be hundreds of unfilmed encounters where he's just accusing a random Tennessee fan of being a Jackpot troll.
You can go. I'm not going to watch. Look, the only Tennessee YouTuber that I watch passed away. Okay. So I don't watch any of your Tennessee nonsense.
Vol Daddy?
No. Goodness gracious. We just lost him just not too long ago.
I know. I'm a terrible fan. BVD. Yeah. It was Vol Daddy.
No, so
Big Vol Daddy.
So the only Tennessee watched was BVD. I'm not watching any of the Tennessee nonsense, but you can feel free to tell them that we do this show on Wednesday and Sunday, and if they want to come on over here, come on down.
I'll never call him, brother. Straight bitch made, dude.
He
Straight bitch made, just like the quarterback from last year.
And run his mouth. That's pretty funny.
Which I haven't said this yet. I really haven't said. I haven't gotten on my soapbox about this yet. But the fact that every single Tennessee fan can just carry water for fucking miles for Nico, just carrying it right on their shoulders. And then the second that dude leaves,
shut up.
The second he leaves, he's terrible. He wasn't the reason we went to the playoffs. Oh, we didn't need him at all. He's just a merchant. Motherfucker, he was a merchant when he went there before. He only went there because you paid him $2 million right out of high school. Like, you knew what you were getting, and you still hyped him up. And now that he's gone, all we hear is, we made the playoffs. He wasn't a big part of the team. We don't need him. What? Like, keep the same energy, dude. It's like a week later, man. Let
me address Wayne's comments over here. First of all, he's calling Squid a hoe. Squid's legit, man. Squid got under that guy's skin so bad that he's wanting to fight with the. He's the one guy at the tailgate in his damn parking garage there, and he had to fight himself at the tailgate. Jackpot wanted to fight him.
He was hanging out with like some, I don't know. There was some young dude there hanging out with him, and he was standing there in the corner of the parking lot drinking a beer by himself. Pretty sad.
A PBR.
Sort of sad in that.
I wouldn't call a PBR a beer.
He was drinking. Did you go drink a beer with him at least?
Squidtard? No, yeah, that was Squidtard who did the video.
I wasn't there. No, that was at Tennessee.
Hey, but yeah, for anyone, Squidtard actually makes really good videos. If y'all hadn't, after you watch the Carolina Jackpot catalog, of course. But go check out Squidtard. He's got some damn good college football videos.
He says because they don't call into our channel. Look, if they want to address us, we're giving them the opportunity to do it here. I'm not going on their channel.
They can. I mean, his phone works.
I don't
Apparently.
speak legally. I can't go on their channel and communicate. That's
Need at
why I
least-
offer them the ability to come here.
Well,
That's all.
here they're also. Let me take this with a bit of salt. But here they're not going to mute you and kick you. Generally speaking.
No, I let the Tennessee fans go because generally the conversation is like, it's like, I mean, it's literally.
It's just this you got to
They just
listen.
say
When I come in hard, you know I'm coming in with facts. When they come in hard, it's just hilarious to listen to.
Josh
You know what I mean?
Heupel, blah blah blah. Shut
Yeah,
up.
you come in on fire.
But I know it's getting late for the man Kale. You got to work tomorrow, so
Oh, without question.
Whatever they want. We'll just laugh at them.
hey, if I can, maybe a little 30-second closing, if that's all right with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead, and then I got to address this other
Perfect.
idiot. Go ahead.
Hey, listen. Demetrius Knight, first of all, didn't think he'd be a second rounder, but I'm fucking happy for him. All right. Carolina owned the draft like I thought we would. Rob, you can
Oh
reply
my
to this
God.
actually just in my closing. Barrett Carter, because I was under the impression he probably should have left maybe a year or two earlier. Do you think staying kind of fucking tanked his draft stock? Because he didn't have the best senior year.
I don't know.
I thought he was going to be like a first, second, third rounder a couple years ago.
To be a first round pick, but I mean, I think him and Knight will end up starting for the Bengals.
Yeah, that'll be a good competition. But regardless, Gamecocks.
The field together. He'll start at one linebacker and then Knight.
No, that's what I mean. And yeah, like as far as when they're playing against them, that'll be good linebacker. But we got the Ziggy camp. Look at that pooch.
He's out. He's out like a white. No, he's
Oh,
not.
she heard me say her name. Sorry.
Yeah, Ziggy.
Well,
Ziggy.
listen, Tennessee. I don't got much to say for you. I mean, you've lost a lot of transfers. Carolina, we're doing good. I'm leaning more toward. I think I'm going 9 wins this year. I think I was at 8. I think I'm going 9. All right. I think I'm there. Damn it. Maybe it's the hope, but I don't know. I think we're going 9. But go Gamecocks. Go South Carolina. Go Coach Beamer. I mean, arguably the best 2020 hire in the entire nation. And I'll
Wayne's last comment, he said, "This is so. Go ahead, slob on the knob like corn on the cob. Blah 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 blah. You know, he thinks he's cooler than the other side of the pillow."
Hold on, but he said the other thing he said that was like, what was it that he said? Call them names. I'm not calling them names because they won't come on here.
What, Booger Pot?
If they want to come on here and address us, then fine. It's right here for them. I'm not going to go and listen.
They were talking about. We're talking about Booger Pot.
Yeah,
Pronouns, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen so many people.
I'm not talking about Sports Talk Jabroni. Sports Talk Jabroni doesn't do live streams.
Yeah, I've just never seen.
He has. He was on there yapping about when they got put out the NCAA tournament. He was on there yapping about that, but for the most part, and a couple of their football losses. Seems like he'll do one when they lose a game. Which is often. So,
all right. Well,
it does happen a little bit more regular than I thought it did, but yeah. Anyway, he don't get on these kind of shows.
We've had a good show this evening. We'll be back at it on.
Too late for him. He's got his Ovaltine in his blanket right now.
Jesus Christ.
Rob, can I have 10 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you guys for having me on. I know I'm not in the little South Carolina party, but I say South Carolina.
That's fine. We're accepting of everyone. Here's no discrimination.
Not the school.
You're all worthless.
We're woke around here.
Guys, thanks for taking me in.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. There you go. LSU fan joining the show this evening. All right, Jackpot. As I said, they're welcome to come on if they have issues with the stuff that we've said. It's fine.
But who is they? Pronouns, pal.
That's why I don't know who they is. It's like they're.
I don't know.
We
Boogie
haven't-
doesn't. Booger Pot doesn't have an entourage. He just has different folks that get on the channel with him. It never seems like it's the same person.
Well,
but I don't watch enough to know. So
from what I gather, the fellow that was with him that day at the spring game was his son, and he looks like he loves him some Jackpot. He was talking all about you. So
no, I'm sure he does.
yeah,
Sure he does. If he wants an autograph, I mean, I'll send it to him.
Do you give him the glossy? You got a glossy Jackpot? Can we take your Jackpot? We should take your picture I've got from when you worked at Ingles. We should print one of those out and you should sign it and send it to him. That would be
that's an 8. That's a hell of an 8x10. That's a hell of an 8x10. Wayne's funny over here in the section. Keeping up with him is like a full-time job, man. That Wayne says, make sure you take your insulin shot, crackpot. God knows you're the poster child for diabetes. Yeah, no, I don't have diabetes. Never have. My grandma had diabetes. God rest her soul. But she didn't take insulin shots. She actually took, she just had a prescription. She had a pill she took for it every day, which is strange. I never knew anyone else who took a pill for their sugar diabetes, but she had a pill.
Yeah. Well, that's the way to end the show.
Not me.
All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you later on.